Hi, Hi, Facebook, YouTube. Welcome to the Ask Deek show. This show is done every Monday where you can ask me any questions, anything between birth and death. That's what I normally say. Feel free to ask and clear all your doubts, and we can figure out. Here I'm talking on Facebook and Instagram. Here I'm talking on Instagram. So the Facebook and YouTube, I'm talking straight for Instagram. So I'm going to flip between both you people, right? So Facebook, YouTube, only if you say hi, I come to know that you are there. But then feel free to ask me your questions on the comments column. Hi, Nidhi, thanks a lot for joining in. Kanishka, thanks a lot for joining in. Sake, thank you. Punita, hi, how are you? I hope everything's great. Karthik, thanks a lot for everyone who's joining in here for the wave. Punita is saying, I'm starting up a new business. Please, some motivation. Don't go after the money. Focus on most of the services where you can change the world. That is much more beneficial than anything else, right? Okay, profit is a part of this business. At the end of the day, be more focused on solving people's problem. And if you start solving the problem in the right way, people will pay you whatever you want at the end of the day. So that's just one motivation word on business. Saket is asking, does this book Secret really work? I think Secret is all about law of attraction. And when you say a law of attraction, the problem with Secret and the law of attraction is, yes, it works for some people, but at the end of the day, it's just a partial thing. It's not complete, right? Because at the end of the day, more than law of attraction, it is what actions which makes you the difference, and not thinking and visualizing. Visualizing makes you feel good. Visualizing obviously prepares you better for the future because you visualize and your mind is ready to face it. But at the end of the day, if you don't take action, it doesn't work out at all, right? So the other thing, what I always say, if you're a God believer, law of attraction is completely a different concept. It's not really going to work for you, because at the end of the day, why it won't work is because you're praying one side, you want a good life, you want a good life, you want a good life, but then attraction, you can attract money. There are many people who have attracted money but don't have a family to share that money. So what's the point of attracting all the money when you don't have anyone to share or move on to? So think it from that point of view. That way you'll understand whole Secret is just a good marketing thing. Because at the end of the day, in a very disturbed world, it is quite difficult for you to think and visualize and dream it out, because there is a lot of distractions, right? I hope that's just a summary on that, because he just asked for it. Thanks a lot for whoever who has joined in. Oh, Madhukar has joined. Good to know that. Ritesh, Amita, ask any questions. Meghana, thanks a lot. Good evening to you too. Facebook, YouTube, ask the questions in the comments column. And Madhukar's situation is worse now. I really don't know which situation, Madhukar, you're meaning. Your marriage life or your something else, right? So can you please list non-fiction books having real or real good stories to guide? Rima's asking that question. Your life is the greatest story. So what you really have to understand here is study your story. Go back to your life and see what stories of your life have issues with. Start fixing on that. See, at the end of the day, knowing the world's story is not ever going to change your life. You should know what your story is, what your future is, work on from that point of view, and then build it up from there, right? I'll be just talking it with a little bit of lower voice, because early morning from 10 to 12, I had a meeting. After that, from 1 to 2, I had a call with Germany with one kid who's having various other issues. I did that. After that, I'm on this call. After this, I need to talk again with that regard. Ria, sorry guys, my kid has just come over, so I was asking for that. Well, just 1 second. Ria, just emergency here. Amadir. Right, my kid is here asking for his clay. So that's Amadir. Right. So yeah. So Madhukar, what happened? Me and your wife has lost. Right? So guys, thanks a lot for just that small interruption in a little bit. So it happens, kids are around, they will want to just walk in. We make sure we don't lock it from that point of view. Ria, just leave him. Just give him what he wants now. So yeah, so we're just trying to figure him out. He just wanted something and we're not giving him. Just close the door also. So that's the reason, right? So I don't know, Madhukar, what's this? Me and my wife has lost our life. How do you become positive? I don't know. Why did you lose your life? What's wrong with that? I need to know more about it to say jobless. Okay. So yeah, see, at the end of the day, both of you had that issue. You never had quality time with you. Now when you both have quality time, spend that time, relax, enjoy it. But start searching for jobs. Try to see if there's any online market which you can work into, because there's a lot of people working towards whatever, because many people are going to lose job during this COVID. But your point is that many other virtual jobs are also opening with time. So your focus is to search for it and get that thing, right? Sagar Patel, what's the definition of success? Keep growing from yesterday to today. If everyone is growing from yesterday to today, everyone is successful. If you're waking up at 6 o'clock, if you make it 5:45, you're successful. If you're making 10,000 rupees and you make it 20,000 rupees, you're successful. Don't define success with a number or something. It is your self-growth. When you self-grow, that is the true definition of success. Thanks a lot for everyone for your waves. This is the Ask Deek show, where you can ask me any question between birth to death. Literally any question. All right. So, positive Raksha Bandhan to Satputra Sab. Sometimes, guys, I can't really figure out the names because I'm very bad at looking and reading and pronouncing stuff. So, Facebook, YouTube, if you have any questions, ask in the comments column and for sure I'll reply. Anjali is asking, is this the Anjali who wanted to talk with me? Or no? I don't know. There's so many Anjalis in this group, so I kind of get mixed up. How do you always stay motivated and focused on our goal? First of all, you should know what you're doing or why you're doing what you're doing. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, automatically your focus and you will be motivated. Are you not motivated when you're hungry to eat? Yes. Are you not motivated to celebrate your birthday? Yes, because that's important. Are you not there to, you have a picnic. Are you not motivated to complete or have a great fun with your friends? Yes. So if you are looking at it from that point of view, everything is positive at the end. So to motivation, you should know why you're doing what you're doing. Anjali, that was your question, right? And I picked that. It was in the question section. So that was a question which was picked, right? So how to stay motivated? You should know why you're doing what you're doing. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, automatically you will be motivated. That's point number one, right? That's the main point at the end of the day. We are motivated on everything what is important. Yes, I am a Malayali. Thamim is asking me that question. It doesn't matter, man. I'm an Indian at the end of the day. That's my focus and nothing more. Right? Thanks a lot for all the waves, everyone who's weighing. Now let me take some questions on the... Hi, Deeps. Thanks a lot for joining in. Takshik. Now let me take how to be confident on stage. Asked by Praveen on YouTube. So let me talk a little bit on YouTube. How much you have studied, sir? What's your future plan when you are... How much you studied? I did my BSc in Business Administration from a US university. I did my MBA from Birla Institute of Technology. I did my MSc in Business Psychology from a UK university. So I hope I've answered that question with that regards of how much I've studied. What is your future plan when you are 70? Be the most richest man in the world in the quickest way possible. That was the plan. Be a manager as quick as I can. That was the plan. So the whole world said you can only be a manager at the age of 50. I tried to manage it and be a manager at the age of 30. But I worked and studied my whole life after the age of 18. I never took a penny from my dad or mom for anything or my future, right? I hope, Vampire, you got my answer. Next, going to Praveen's question. How to be confident on stage? First thing what you got to do is that you have to talk on front of a mirror. When you talk in front of the mirror and that too loudly, you'll come to know how other people are visualizing you. Most of the biggest issue which people have on stage on stages, that is, they don't understand what people are, how people are visualizing you. When you don't understand how people are visualizing you, you have issues with. So when you start talking in front of a mirror, you say, then you go and talk in front of a group of people, your mother, father, then your friends, then you build up from that numbers, and that's how you do it. The other thing of having confidence on stage is you have to spend time on stage. So whenever you have free time, go and stand in front of a stage. No need of talking, just go and stand. When your teacher is coming, 5 minutes before your teacher coming, go and stand in front of the teacher where he sits and take it up from there, right? And that is how you need to take it from there. Saeed, feel free to hit me with whatever questions you have. Yesterday I was just making a joke, you keep hitting me. It's good. The more you hit me with questions, the more I reply, right? Next question from YouTube, again from Shobha. What is happiness? Growth is positive. At the end, if you don't grow, you're never going to be happy because you think that you're stagnant. And there is negative happiness and positive happiness. When someone falls, right? When someone falls, obviously you will feel bad. You might laugh, right? When someone think I trip and fall over here and everything falls apart, most of the people will laugh. That is happiness in finding someone else's negativity. That is negative happiness. But when a baby is crying, you go and help out that baby and make him laugh. That is positive happiness. I hope I've explained the meaning of happiness in simple terms. All right. So at the end of the day, if you really look at it, are you satisfied with your life at the end of the day? And are you satisfied with the growth? Are you doing justification to your life? If you're doing all that, happiness is just around the corner. All right, guys, I'll be just cutting down this show a little bit shorter because, I've been talking for almost 4 hours now, 2 hours of meeting, 2 hours with a girl in Germany. Now I'm talking for another 1 hour. After this, after half an hour, I have another meeting for my official meeting. So I'm just going to cut this short today. That's why I'm just talking in my low volume and not that in a very good volume because I need the energy to talk for the further session also, right? Praveen is asking how to gather attention of a crowd when I'm on stage. There's different ways to gather attention. Some people say ask a question to the crowd so the crowd starts thinking and relate to it, or you crack a joke where with the joke people release it off and then remove the guard, or say some good facts which they never heard of. So these are the three main basic ways of getting people's attention. As long as you talk what people want to hear, audience will give you attention. That is a simple example I can give you with that question which you are asking. Okay. So, did I miss any questions? So many guys. Puneet, you're asking me 4 or 5 different types of questions. Ask me one. There's questions in the question section. Let me take that. Deeps have asked how to handle negative people. The first thing what you have to do is that stop and let those people be negative. Don't try to change them. Don't try to give them advices. Don't try to involve or make a difference in their life. What you need to do is that stop and keep them away from you. Don't try to handle negative people. Stay away from negative people. Now, if the negative people is within your friends, you can always leave your friends. Don't try to stick around with that friends which you're looking for. If it's within a family, it's complete different discussion. But I think you're talking about outsiders. You're talking about more of not people within your family. I understand it is more about outsiders. As the saying goes, always think that you're sitting on top of an elephant. The dogs below will keep barking. Does it make any difference to you? No, because you know that you're sitting on the elephant. And when you start sitting on the elephant, you have nothing more to worry. And don't put so much of energy on that dogs which are barking. Let them bark and have entertainment, but make sure you don't be part of their entertainment. And that is how you handle negative people. There is always people, but if it's within family, it's a different discussion. When you say people, I assume it's outside your family and not within your family. Right? Guys, ask in the question section. That is much more better because you can select it. And Facebook, YouTube, ask in the comments column and I will take it. How to handle feeling insecurity? I really don't know insecurity of what. It's just self. You feel insecure because you tend to compare yourself with a lot of people. When you tend to compare yourself with a lot of people, you tend to believe an insecure feeling. If you properly work on the guards which you need, the protections you need, obviously you'll feel the secure feeling. So what you need to do, stop comparing, work on yourself, make sure you grow, make sure you contribute back to your life, to your family, so that there is self growth. So when you grow in your eyes, you feel secure. When you grow in your life, you feel secure. And that's how, if you have, I don't know if it's insecurity to a person, I would assume that is insecurity with you and your life and how you feel about it, right? Instagram is best to ask in the question section, so that I can. This is a quick question by Chintu. Chintu, okay. How to remove negative thoughts? First of all, change your name. You're saying Chintu, your name itself, you're saying that you're short or you're small. Why do you put Chintu? Even your mother put your nickname as Chintu because somewhere around your Chintu, or I think it's Chintu, my understanding. You put that name because somewhere around your parents, you're the youngermost child and they call you Chintu and you build up and putting that nickname as Chintu. But if you're creating your own complexes or negative thinking because of that name, change that name. You have a very beautiful name. Let people know you by name rather than a word called Chintu, which is small, or this one, right? So that's first thing you got to understand. The other thing is how to remove negative thoughts. You can't remove negative thoughts. You can only filter out negative thoughts by putting in new positive thoughts. When you say new positive thoughts, it's more revolved around more positive thoughts in such a way that see what is good, hear what is good, listen to what is good, hear what is good, is the same, right? Eat what is good, taste what is good, feel what is good. Your mind can only think what you already know. If you give your mind good things to think, your mind will be a positive place. That is the only way you can remove negativity at the end of the day. Finally, questions sections is coming, right? Okay, our friend Madhukar, his marriage was saved, but now his job is lost, right? So what you need to do is, I don't know, Madhukar, how you have saved your finances and what savings you have done with regards to your finance. So I hope you have some savings with you so that you can survive and go on with whatever it is. So the next thing what you need to do is that you have lost a job. So your next job is to get a job, right? So start applying, start various virtual. Don't try to focus on a specific type of jobs. Go and get whatever job is available in the market. Forget the pay, get the money coming into your family. That is your first objective. When you have lost a job, your next job is to get some kind of a job which pays you maybe not the whole salary, at least half the salary or 1/4 the salary, so that at least your family can move positively. And then when you get that job, start applying for other jobs, start applying for other counter jobs, and then move from this job once you get the dream job, a better job which you're looking for, right? So it's all an experience at the end of the day. When you lose a job, you should be ready to save, right? So at the end of the day, if your saving pattern is not right, anyone who loses a job will be destroyed. So whoever has a job now, learn to save a little bit of money for these big crises when it happens, so that you have enough time to recover back when the failure or when that lost job hits you, right? I hope I have answered that question, Madhukar. Guys, ask me in the question section because I really like the question section, right? So again, so these days I'm not able to access on my studies. I keep myself motivated all the time, but sometimes I become what? Sometimes I become kind of lazy and all that. So your question is too long, Aditya, but I think I understand what you're trying to say. It's good you're getting motivated all the time, but after some time you do it because, again, you don't know the value for what you're doing. Why are you studying? What's my objective? If I tell you that if you don't study, you're going to die tomorrow, I'm telling you that whole day you're going to sit and study, because death is, because you have so many things to do in life. So you are going to actually work on yourself. So the question here is Why studies? What is studies in it? What's the future for me in studies? How do I make those changes? Silpa, question section not working, you can always put in the question section, right? Sorry, you can put in the comments column for you, but question section will be given priority. I don't know why some people questions work and some people questions don't work. I don't know if it's the phone or people or Instagram and so on. So I hope, Aditya, I've answered that question very quickly. Guys, another 5-10 minutes, then I have to go for another meeting. So that's the reason I will be cutting down the show shortly. I did previously tell you that how to stay motivated all the time. Think every day is your birthday. That's the best way I can tell you how to be motivated all the time. Think every day is special. Think every day is something which I want to do something meaningful towards life. Find values to your life, and why you're doing what you're doing, you will be motivated all the time. If you keep doing what you love doing and you know why you're doing what you're doing, you are motivated for whole life. Shilpa is asking how to stop comparing. Love yourself first, focus on your life, and compare your life from yesterday to today. Keep so busy in comparing your life that you don't have time to see other people's life. That is just a one-liner from that point of view, right? Why people leave us alone? At the end of the day, people will always leave alone, right? Because there's no other chance. Because with time, people will change, and when people change, they will leave you alone also with time. So don't have any expectation for people to stay around with you for a long time. Don't expect for people to be there with you for a long time. At the end of the day, it's all a waste of time, and other people will be this. Now, if you're a believer of God, you're never alone. God is always there with you, around you, with you, around you. That's the statement which most of the people say. Then, are you real alone? No. But why do you want to hold on to people to feel complete? Why do you want to hold on to your friends to keep complete? Learn to love yourself and your company. When you start loving that, you don't need any third person, and no other third person can make you feel alone. That's what I believe in. Right, there was one good question also. How to check mental health? Yogita, don't go after this mental health. For me, mental health is completely a marketing concept. If you can talk to me properly, if you can talk to your family properly, if you can have a good conversation with your friends, no one has any mental issue. But what has happened nowadays is that all these small questions are being directly connected to the mental health. For example, if you're a shy person, the mental health people will say you have social anxiety disorder. If you overthink a lot, or you over analyze and assume a lot, they will say you have OCD or something like that, right? Then if you lose someone, if you have lost your closest friend, you will have another name for that, right? So some people are introvert, some scientists are introvert, some creative poets are introvert, some designers are introvert, and some finance people are introvert. We need introvert people also in this world. So don't stamp them as social anxiety disorder people. Guys, both shy people and unshy people are needed in this world, because both are a different mindset. So don't go after checking mental health. If you can laugh at a joke, if you can just live the life you want to live, your mental health is perfectly fine. Yes, different problems come into your life. Yes, different issues do come into your life. When that comes, learn how to manage it rather than putting a stamp that I have this mental issue. And plus, stop Googling, guys, because most of the people Google and you lead into mental health, and mental health leads into depression and various other disorders which most of the people don't have. And then you assume those symptoms, and then you go and tell the symptoms to the doctor, and the doctor is going to give you those medication, and that is when you mess up with your mental health. Get this understanding very clear. You can save a lot of life and a lot of mental issues with many people around this world. People are all looking for a shortcut. People are all looking for that magical pill. People are all looking for that one magic tablet. There is nothing like that called a magic tablet. You need to work hard. You need to work on yourself. You need to analyze your life. You need to keep growing. If there's a hit, be over the hit, win over the hit. That is how you take your mental health into a different level. First of all, I hate the word like mental health. See the beauty of psychological people. Mental health. When a guy is mental, you call him, oh, he's mental. So mental health itself says, you're mentally health, right? That is, can't they say a good mind, or something like that, right? So, a mind health. But why would I say mental health, right? Just analyzing this English language. Now, when you go and Google depression, 99% you will be taken to clinical depression, and not the depression of being at a sad state. Go and open up the dictionary. 90%, no, not 90%. Go and open up the dictionary and find the meaning of depression. I'm telling you, it just says you're in a sad state, and everyone has sat in a sad state. Would you say everyone is depressed? No, right? Don't go into this marketing of mental health that very hell, because I'm telling you, you're asking for trouble. Ayan is asking, yes, mind health is much more better, right? I like that word, right? What's the first three things that you need to do in your life to be successful? Relationship, education, and health. These are the three things you need to be successful in life. If you have good relationship, if you have good health, if you have good education, money has to come. That's the thing what I have understood all this while. Shilpa is saying, I am an introvert. Enjoy being an introvert. Don't try to change it, or don't try to... Guys, don't get into this mental health depression side of things. Today I was talking to a girl in Germany who believes that she has anxiety. I've talked to her for almost 2 hours and made her understand anxiety is completely created by her. And now she believes that she doesn't have anxiety. Now, am I going against the psychological concept? I don't know. And I don't want to go also. My point is, whoever talks to me have to understand about this mental health and go after mind health. Today onwards, I'll call it mind health than mental health. But then people like it negative, right? At the end of the day, if I say, let's all be positive, people won't have that interest. But I will say, let's destroy negativity, then people, whoa, they'll be all interested at the end of the day, right? Praveen is saying, sir, I'm from Manipur. Please do arrange a session anywhere in your city, and I will come down there in whichever way you want and however way you want, right? So let me take a couple of questions on the Facebook and YouTube. Next question is happiness I've done. How to grab attention from the crowd I've done. I want to be asking the same question again and again. How to overcome mediocre people and mediocre environment around us. Ignore them and focus on your life, your family, and keep growing and working on from that point of view. Your focus should be on that and nothing else, right? Praveen has asked Praveen, you're asking too many questions. I'll just answer 1 or 2 questions, and remaining I'll ask it. I'll wait for the next week to answer. What's the difference between competition and challenge? In both ways, you're going to hurt yourself. So don't compete. Don't challenge people. Compete yourself and challenge yourself in your own growth, in your own life. So no competition, no challenges, or no taking challenges. You start growing, you start improving. That is all that matters. Saeed on YouTube is asking how to avoid texting anybody when they message. How to avoid texting everybody when they message, because in doing so we lose a lot of time. Block the person if you want to, right? Or just don't open the app. Switch off all the notifications for that app, then you won't know they have sent you a message. So if you don't know they have sent you the message, you are not obliged to reply to them also. Don't ask me the simple questions in asking how to do and whatever it is, right? So Saeed, I've answered your question. Now let me go on to Instagram. So scared of change in lives and environment, getting job offers, but scared to change. So normally people get fear or they get scared to change because somewhere around you have limited knowledge. on that job offers which is being offered to you. So if you clearly have an idea, if you clearly have a plan or what you're going to get into, then you're not scared of. Why is fear there into your system? Is because of limited knowledge. If you go and get your knowledge about that job offers which you're having, then you're calm. So some jobs you have a certain salary, some people have a certain plan, some people have a certain type of job which they want to do. If you have a clear idea with that regards, vampire, it's all good at the end of the day, right? Right. So yeah, so let me go for the next question. Is it normal to feel that we have done nothing in a day, although we have actually done anything? Yes, it is quite normal to do that. When you're so involved in doing a certain things, after doing that thing, you completely forget that you've done those things, and that is why you actually have that feeling. If that is that feeling you have, great, you're on the right track. But then some people have this feeling without genuinely doing what you love doing, and you do everything else other than the most important thing, then also you have the same feeling that I didn't do anything. So go and do what you really have to do. Then you'll have that satisfaction you have done that thing, or you're so involved in whatever you're doing that you just feel like you didn't do anything. But okay, I hope I've answered that question. Guys, just let you know that I'm going to shorten this show because I have another meeting in another 1 hour, right? So I have to just get prepared for that. Neil is asking why societies decide age of doing marriage. It's not societies doing marriage. What happens here is you are a part of the society, and the society has a certain age limit for marriage. That's point number one. Second thing is the law says as long as you're 18, you can marry. So there's two things which is actually supporting that age system when you really have to marry. The point here is that my question then, why society decides the age of doing marriage, is my first question to those people will be, why are you running away from marriage? There is some reason which you're trying to run away from marriage. That could be many reasons. It could be career, it could be fear, it could be trust issues, it could be you having an existing relationship with someone. There's many other reasons why people run away from marriage. Go and have a look at my YouTube video where I'm wholly talking about marriage. What is the reason for marriage? How to take it from there, right? Non-arcanic girl, why are marks more important than knowledge in our educational system? Because marks can only tell you where you stand for the people or the surroundings, that this is where you know and what you know. So can you tell me how much you have learned? Can you tell me how much information you know? Can you tell me what your mind thinks? No. You have to write an exam so that through that exams, you get, or people come to know to what level of knowledge you have. People can say, I know this. But only if you write, you'll really know if the person knows that or not. That's point number one. Second thing is, yes, marks is given importance because that's the best comparison point. That is the best way you can understand where the person stands. At the end of the day, my point is, it is not the marks which matters. It is what you become in the process of working towards getting those marks is what is most important. There are many people who copy and get marks. There is many people who by heart and get marks. There are many people who have various other ways to get marks, but those are not getting marks. My point is, have you learned the book 100%? That's it. Whatever marks you get doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, knowledge is going to win with time. It's nothing to do with marks. So my question here is, do you study 100% of the book? If yes, when the interview comes, you can answer all the questions what they're asking for. So understand it from that point of view, right? So how to succeed in selling insurance policies? See, this is more of a sales and a marketing thing. At the end of the day, I'm a person who's completely against insurance, right? Because insurance is completely built upon fear, and it's the fear of losing life, it's the fear of non-planning, is a fear of you don't manage your money well, so you put it on insurance company so that they manage your money well. So that's just insurance policy from my point of view. If you believe in God and you take a life insurance, I'm telling you, you're not believing God there, right? So coming back to the success in selling insurance policies, now I have a marketing side of my head, then I have a truth side of that. If I'm the marketing point of question, you got to put fear into their head. Fear is the best way to sell insurance. So if you can get fear into their head, yes, you can sell it. Many people in this world uses fear to sell their products. Best example is, I don't want to mention those names, but you already know how much fear is being put into your head so that you panic, so that you pay more. So the point here is that it's good sales. So you should know what the actual people's problems are. You should know what their concerns are. You should know what they're actually looking for. And if you can give a solution to that actual problem, they will buy your insurance. For example, a business is being run. You should know what the business turnover is. You should know what the business is going to make. You should know how much is the value of the assets they have. And once you have that, you tell them, what if some fire comes? What if something happens wrong with you? How are you think you're going to do it? Why don't you think you can put a premium of certain amount of money into our office? Because in case if something goes wrong, you are completely insured, covered, and that is how you got to do it. But I'm totally against life policy, right? Because you're doubting yourself. Basically, you're building on the fear of your death on a faster principle, right? Okay, I think Pallavin won't be looking nice at me and will be saying, what the heck is this, right? So Saket is asking on YouTube, sacrificing things or balancing things for achieving something, which is correct. Don't sacrifice. When you do things, when you love, whatever you love, you're not sacrificing, you're even enjoying the sacrifice. When you're like I'm doing all these sessions continuously, one after the other. I enjoy doing it. So why do you think that I'm sacrificing it? Right? It is how you see things, it begins. Yes, balancing is the most important thing. At the end of the day, you got to balance 5 main aspects: relationship, education, health, finance, and love. These 5 things has to be balanced to achieve whatever you're looking for at the end of the day. Vampire, I've asked you a lot of questions. I've answered a lot of. Let me take some questions. How to control anger? Secret giggle P. Okay. Anger, let's make it very simple. Anger is 100% controllable. Oh, many people are asking about anger here. Anger is 100% controllable. You control your anger to someone who's stronger than you. You control your anger. You don't control your anger to someone who's weaker than you. You can never show the anger, and you control your anger completely in front of the principal of your college. If your dad is very strict, you're going to control your anger by not showing it to him. But on the other hand, mother is weak, you throw all the anger to her. You have a younger brother, you throw all the anger to that. So secret of controlling anger, you already know the secret. It is just that when people are weaker to you, you just throw those angers. Now the next question you'll ask me, from where this anger comes. Anger normally comes when you suppress your suppressions. Whatever you have suppressed. For example, someone calls me a bad word. You suppress it in your heart. Some powerful person calls you a bad word. You suppress in your heart. Some person again calls you, your friend calls you another bad word. You suppress in your heart. You see your younger brother. You throw that anger to the poor guy because he also picks up the wrong topic which you don't like. So that is how anger is. Anger is some depression, some suppression. You have suppress, boom. It's like a pressure cooker. You have a pressure cooker, you put it underneath the flame starts burning it, the whistle comes out, that is anger. So what you need to do is that cut down this flame. If someone calls you a bad word, smile. If someone irritates you, smile. Someone take it easy. And that is how you control anger. Hari Krishna R. Pillai is asking, who am I? I am a simple guy who's here in the mission of making positivity free to everyone in this world without expecting anything in return. Right? Mauni, I've answered your question. Maunu Raj, I've answered your question. Ayushi is asking, sir, why I'm not able to leave my childish behavior and believe in people so early and take everything very personally? I don't know how old are you, Ayushi, but what I can tell you here is that when I leave, see, you don't need to leave your childish behavior. I always say you're born as a child. Make sure you live as a child and make sure you die as a child. That's what I would say every time, because at the end of the day, you have to enjoy your life as a child in the longest possible way you can. Believing person so early. Now, that is a problem which you actually have, which everyone has. It's not a childhood behavior, it is basically you're putting your trust. What I teach people is stop believing people. Believe your mother, believe your father, in future, your husband or wife. Brothers, sisters until marriage, and children's until marriage. So, trust should be kept only within these people. Everyone outsider can always cheat you. Everyone outsider can always play with you. So make sure you see it from. I think my connection is having some issues, right? So see it from. Oops. I think my connection. Okay, now I'm back. So see it from that point of view, Ayushi, and I think everything will be fine with time. Don't try to change your character, guys. That's it, guys. Because the thing is, I need to go back for another meeting, so I'll be cutting down this call. Is there any very urgent question? Put it on the comments column. Facebook, YouTube, I've replied all of the questions. I'll be signing out from Facebook and YouTube. I'll be spending a little bit of time on Instagram just to take some final questions. So thank you, Facebook, YouTube. Tomorrow, Monday. Tuesday, there's no show. Wednesday is the Theme Deek show. Wednesday, Theme Deek show? I think so. I forgot. Damn, I always forget my shows. I don't know why. I think of writing it every day. So, call me Deek. So, it's the Theme Deek show. Wednesday is the Theme Deek show. And the theme picked is about parents, right? The theme is all about parents. Why my parents don't understand me, what's the problem with my parents, and I think my kid is also not in a good mood. So I just have to figure that out also at the end of the day. So yeah. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Facebook, YouTube. See you on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. I have another meeting to rush to. So that's the reason I'm cutting down this call. So the next is the Theme Deek show on Wednesday, completely about parents. Why parents, and why parents, right? So Facebook, YouTube, I'm signing out. Thank you.